It's very exciting because I've never done theater before and callbacks and all that process, so it's something new but exciting.
You get to show your best self, which is honestly a little bit why it's intimidating to come to callbacks, because it's the first time they actually like see you acting or singing or whatever in person.
It's been really nice. Everyone's really kind. Everyone's like really supportive. There's no one who's like, oh, underclassmen, you. Everyone's like, yeah, because everyone's nervous about auditions and everyone just wants to get casted, so everyone's kind of on the same level. So everyone's really nice.
Scared? I'm not so sure. When I was a very young frog, I went on a picnic with my parents.
Actually, callback auditions are really fun because we got a lot more time to like just improv in the scenes, because we would have like a script, but they would often just be like, oh, make choices. So we just do really random stuff. There were certainly moments in the script where we're kind of like, oh, this would be kind of fun to do. So we just coordinate with each other in the corner and then do something silly up in the audition.
We've been working a lot on these like mesh leaf things to put on the stage for the musical, and there's been a lot of sewing involved. Each one of these is sewn on individually, and we were also cutting fabric recently. Progress, I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, this show is at the end of April, I believe, so and it's not even spring break yet, and we're already making a lot of progress, especially with this leaf mesh thing, and then starting with costumes.
The most challenging part was probably the first couple of rehearsals, because that's sort of when you're still getting to know everyone. So things are a little awkward at first because you're trying to learn the choreography and the songs, but once you settle into like your rhythm and you get to know the people around you, it really is just lovely.
I haven't had a lot of time to prepare everything because we have a music lady.
Rush practices and people leave out all the time, so it's hard to accommodate everyone, like, schedules.
Yeah.
Haven't been here every single of those days, but
Because it's nice to see the end result.
yeah. That's what you learn in tech theater for things.
Right. I think it's pretty fun. I enjoy it.
Objects just become your children.
Cookies, 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 we go cookie eating cookies.
We go south for the winter.
Scoopy, scoopy, scoopy.
I get really excited for Tech Week because it's like the week where everything comes together. You get like backstage crew, you get like tech, you get props, you get lighting, sound, setting, like you get the whole set, or as much as built, you get like the set, and it's so cool to see the world coming together. But that's also like the most challenging part, besides like remembering the things you have to do, because there's so many moving bodies and like so many moving pieces and so many things you can't do and so many things you can do, and it's like really overwhelming. But at the same time, I think the pros outweigh the cons for that week, and it's just like the most fun week for me.
The puppet zone, which looks like a pool, and they go into the pool and puppets come out of there, and there's an island that's out in front in the seats. But to do that means, where do I put the orchestra? So you had to put the band in back of the stage. So there is a white drop, and they're right in back of there, and they're squished in about 8 feet, and they're spread out, and they're tight.
So we're kind of in a
a pinch, I guess, because we can't really see the musical. I guess that's the drawback. We're playing for the musical, but we don't get to see them like acting on the stage. But Mr. V has this screen, so he can see what the performers are doing, and when he sees the cue on stage, he cues us in. So there's a little bit of lag, and I'm kind of expecting it to be confusing at first, but it's just another hurdle, I guess. In the beginning, it was really confusing because a lot of the cues in the musical is like Mr. V's just like conducting us. He's like giving us cues for each and every note. There's not like a steady tempo, I'd say. It's like kind of fluctuates back and forth, and it's like really different than concert band. There's like no words to describe it.
Well, it's very different from what I expected because I've never done any sort of jazz before, and like the last 2 years, obviously because of COVID, it's been online, so I haven't even played in ensembles in a while. So just being in band has been really nice. It's just playing with other people. And musical was definitely fun because it's weird how like I'm my own section almost. Even we have other clarinets, but a lot of times it's just me playing and I'm not used to that. But it's very fun and a great experience.
It was a little bit odd this year because I had to play with, the book called for an instrument I didn't play. It was banjo. I've never played a banjo. I've never seen one. I've never touched one. And so we devised a plan and we bought this 6-string banjo. So it's just like a guitar. I can play it just like a guitar, except get the banjo sound. And it really aids that kind of New Orleans kind of jazz sound that I believe the composers were going for with this show. That's what it was.
I really wanted to do a show for families and something that was fun. My whole goal this year, after 2 years of pandemic, was let's get back in and enjoy live theater and have a good time. So I haven't done anything really heavy this year, in the fall and the spring, and they've embraced that. And the crew especially, there's just so much work to do. And a lot of it now we're literally today, I'm firing orders at them and firing do this, do that, do this. And so they get into kind of a production hustle mode and they kind of pick up with that. And they just respond really quickly. It's a lot of end result very, very fast.
Hi, I'm Sahani Agarwal. I'm a senior and I'm the head of costumes for Frog and Toad. So now I'm going to take you guys to the dressing rooms where the costumes currently are because we are in what we like to call Hell Week because it's the week before shows start. So we're going to go in here into this dressing room. So this is what I do. This is the costumes. A lot of the costumes for the show were sewed, such as this one. This is a nightgown, one of the nightgowns that they're gonna wear. And we had to sew like the buttons and the fabric and everything. So it was definitely a lot of work to sew stuff. And then a lot of the stuff we pulled or had the actors bring in. And basically what I do as the head is like I organize things, like I have labels for every actor here so that they know where their costumes go. I label them, I make sure that, if stuff falls off, if stuff rips, that I help them there backstage. And then backstage, they have Luke and Keon, who are playing Frog and Toad. They've got some pretty quick changes that they have to do within like 15 seconds. So I'm there to basically help them get dressed and undressed.
Backstage is a lot of memorization when you're supposed to do things because you have to be really quick, set changes and that sort of thing. But most of the time backstage is a little boring because you have to just wait out of the way and trying to stay as quiet as possible so that people can't hear you backstage and just try to wait until it's time for you to do stuff. So it's just a lot of waiting.
So each of these numbers corresponds to a channel that we have down on the board. And the number on the board controls these lights. So for example, if I said 23 at full and somebody down there put 23 at full, this light would come on. And then we would record that and that would become a cue for our show. And then we have these bars in here that the lights clamp onto so that they don't fall over, and they're all safety cabled with wire safety cable, so that if they do unclamp, then they'll be caught by the safety cable. And then we can see the stage down there and what they're all doing, so that we can point and focus the lights to where we need them to be.
My first time up here, truth be told, I was very scared, but now it's pretty normal.
We had almost 600 elementary school kids, like for 2 days, each day where there were 600 kids, get bussed in from all the elementary schools in the area. And it was super cool to have such an excited audience, because they had read the books and they had done it in class. Afterward, like some of the people from London Road even wrote reviews of our play, which was really cute and really fun. But yeah, I mean, it just really got everybody energized for the rest of the week, because it was a really long show week. We had like 5 shows from Tuesday to Friday, and then prom, so everybody was like completely like gassed and tired after that.
A letter Frog has written.
Seeing the kids' reactions to the snail characters' songs are just the best, and the actor like kind of like walks slowly on stage like he's a snail, and it's just really funny to see, and I just really like it. I enjoy it.
Or snow. No snail has feet more fleet, and why I'm practically a cheetah. I put the go in escargot.
My favorite song is probably Get a Load of Toad. Not only is it like super fun to sing and the choreography is really fun, but it gets a really good audience reaction every time. We've done a couple of matinees for elementary schoolers, and they just absolutely go crazy and they're screaming and laughing. And to have that sort of like feedback real time instead of just rehearsing to like an empty auditorium was really awesome, and it's really fun, and kids are just such a great audience that was also one of my favorite parts.
Not alone. Never looked up, and I saw 2 great eyes staring right at me.
Who are you?
I am the large and terrible frog.
Okay, we've got a 4 p.m. show today and a 7:30 p.m. show today, which is awesome. They're gonna be super good. This one, bring the energy. Obviously, it's still light outside. Y'all are very tired from the week. Pretend like you're not. It's time to fake it till you make it.
Statesmen theater!